Fox Corp, the parent company of Fox News, is being sued by Dominion Voting Systems for allegedly broadcasting misinformation about voter fraud during the 2020 election. Dominion Voting is seeking $1.6 billion for defamation in the lawsuit. Fox News is also being sued by Smartmatic voting machines for $2.7 billion. Evidence that was presented on the week of February 27th shows that Rupert Murdoch knew that Fox News was endorsing misinformation about the 2020 election. Rupert Murdoch is the head of Fox Corp and Fox News, as well as many other news sources in the US and Australia. In the deposition, Murdoch, while under oath, acknowledged that some commentators on Fox News endorsed the idea of a stolen election.
Of course, they have no actual proof of voter fraud or any wrongdoing. Democrats, they just want to try and block any and all audit of what are now growing examples and, frankly, affidavits of ballot irregularities and outright illegality.
So the idea is that Russia somehow got into the software that runs the voting machines and manipulated the results. Is there any evidence that's true? I mean, I'm not saying, like, I'm always open to evidence, but that seems insane to me, and we shouldn't suggest it unless we have actual evidence. At this stage, the fraud that we can confirm does not seem to be enough to alter the election results. We should be honest and tell you that. Of course, that could change. We don't know how many votes were stolen on Tuesday night. We don't know anything about the software that many say was rigged. We don't know. We ought to find out.
Chuck Schumer, the majority Senate leader, and Hakeem Jeffries, the minority leader in the House of Representatives, wrote a letter to Murdoch explaining that this misinformation is very dangerous, and they demanded that Fox News acknowledge that commentators such as Tucker Carlson, Sean Hannity, and Laura Ingraham have been spreading dangerous misinformation and that they should stop doing it. They explained in the letter the leadership of your company was aware of the dangers of broadcasting these outlandish claims. By our own account, Donald Trump's election lies were damaging and really crazy stuff. Despite that shocking admission, Fox News hosts have continued to peddle the election denialism to the American people. Paul Ryan, the former Speaker of the House of Representatives, in an email to Rupert Murdoch said that people think that the election was stolen because they got a diet of information telling them the election was stolen from what they believed were credible sources. Murdoch replied by saying in an email, "Thanks, Paul. Wake-up call for Hannity, who has been privately disgusted at Trump for weeks, but was scared to lose viewers." Additional evidence shows that Fox News commentators knew that they were spreading misinformation. Sean Hannity said that the whole narrative that Sidney was pushing, I did not believe it for a second. In this quote, he is referencing Sidney Powell when she was pushing the idea of a stolen election. Sidney Powell was an attorney for Donald Trump. In a text message to Tucker Carlson's producer, he said, "Sidney Powell is lying." Laura Ingraham said in a text message to Tucker Carlson, "Sidney is a bit nuts. Sorry, but she is." These messages were revealed to news outlets via court documents. And these are just a few examples of people at Fox News knowing that the election was not stolen.